Welcome to New York City. Of course, the hustle and bustle is quickly coming back. The quietness of Christmas Day is already gone here on December 27th, 2020. We're going to walk around Midtown Manhattan, see if the Christmas decorations are still up, and enjoy the very last look of these Christmas decorations before the New Year's rolls in. So let's wait for all this commotion to pass by. And New York City is taking on a very interesting new character. So here we are in front of 34th Herald Square. But there's something unique happening in New York. Days of the old school hustle is coming back. And let me adjust this real quickly. Okay. The days of the old school hustle is coming back. Right behind me, they are gambling. They're doing this type of they have like three little chips and they have like something hidden behind the chips and the guy kind of moves it around. I'm not sure what it's called, but they're literally doing a gambling game in the middle of the street. And it's not just one guy. There's like 4 other guys doing the same thing. So this is very reminiscent of, at least what I remember faintly in the early 90s, but I know it was much more common even before then. So right there, look at that. All right, let's cross the street. Let me know, when's the last time you've seen gambling outside in the street? Aside from like, say, the Chinatown Park, which always had some type of gambling. Look at that. I don't want to get too close to these guys because just in case they're very anti-camera. But literally got the setup right here and there's a few others. There's another one down here on 34th Street, Herald Square. Look, he has an entire crowd around him. So Veronica says that was big in the 1980s. Right. I wasn't, alive for the 1980s, but I seen the videos and seen the documentaries. I know it is. Quite loud. All right, let's continue walking around. We're wandering around today. No particular direction, no particular agenda. I just want to see the Christmas decorations again. I know a lot of people want to see them. I always get a lot of I've been getting a lot of people messaging me saying, hey, I really love you showing New York City during this time of year. It's brought me a lot of joy. So since I'm already here, I got a camera, I got cell phone data, let me bring you more of New York City during this time of year. Is it illegal? Yes, it is illegal to gamble outdoors. That means pickpocketing around those guys. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. What the hell happened down there? Sorry about that, everyone. I apologize on behalf of the city for its noisiness. Here we have the huge Believe symbol. Hey, Jonathan says, thanks for hitting up New York City again. My pleasure. A lot of commotion today. Oh yeah, a lot of commotion today. Much more full than I expected on a Sunday, December 27th. Here is a Tesla. Oh, cool. A lot more people out and about today. I'm not entirely sure why it's so full. I guess because it's Christmas weekend, a lot of people took off from work. So a lot of people are out and about. I saw the tourist buses pretty full. And I'll point them out if we pass by one of them. Oh, there's like a little game over here. Look at that. That's fun. This is like a little game. That's awesome. Hey, Toyosio. Hello, El. Hello, Mercado. Bienvenidos. Hello, Veronica. See, huge group of tourists. I'm not sure where the tourists are coming from. Yeah. They're definitely not from Queens. Play games, says Eugen. Yeah, kind of packed now with all the tourists. Kind of packed. And these times, the tourists are not from Queens, as I've been saying the past few weeks. Is that Macy's game? It is. Hey, from New Jersey, Irene. You know what, Irene? The group, the family I point the camera to do not look like typically from New Jersey. Of course, you know, here in this area of the U.S., everyone comes in every single different kind of look. But that family look a little bit more from the interior of America. Look a little bit more Midwestern. Time lapse. No, I haven't seen that video. That is quite impressive. That walking computer walked the entire perimeter of Manhattan. That's very impressive. Tourists from other countries arriving. Let's see. I haven't seen. I hear Spanish, and not the typical type of Spanish accent you hear from the typical immigrants that live here, like Ecuadorians and Mexicans. I hear sometimes Argentinian a little bit. I hear Spaniards. So I'm not entirely sure if they're tourists either. There's an awful lot of illegal street vendors. There's a way more than usual. Usually there's not that many here, and I am personally shocked. Hey, Joe saw Soul upon my recommendation, Pixar's Soul. That's so cool that you saw the movie Soul. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, absolutely love that movie. And it takes place in New York City too. Do you see people often not wearing a mask? People are indeed wearing a mask, yeah, quite a lot. I've seen a few videos walking through London, and when I see those videos, I'm shocked that very few people are wearing a mask outdoors. Here, it's quite different from London, for example. Let me know if you're walking through the UK. I know some areas a little bit intense lockdown, but let me know, how does it compare? I don't like the street vendors because if you get sick from bad food, what can you do? Says Time Lapse. Yeah, indeed. I don't eat from the street vendors either, except for a select few, which I often mention in my videos. The only two I really enjoy is the Halal guys on 53rd Street and 6th Avenue. And there is a Kashba right in front of Lincoln Center, which I really enjoy. Those are the only two really street vendors I really eat from. Hey, Dutch Maz, welcome. Hey, Lucas. Beautiful Christmas decorations indeed. Walk by NYU for Meals Away New York City hot dog. Ooh, I haven't tried that vendor. Oh, but I do like another vendor right by NYU. His name is the New York Dosas. Absolutely the best, number one, the best vendor in New York City. Lucas, tell everyone if you could tell Lucas in the chat to see it live, just refresh his page or press the live button in the corner. Do I like the hands? I use that emoji quite a lot, so I like them. It's a bit weird, but I like them. With the music, it's a bit scary, you know, especially if you wake up in the middle of the night and see that. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night and suddenly seeing that. in your dreams? Are folks returning gifts? So Boxing Day is more of a UK thing. Canada also celebrates, and I think Australia as well, and the other British, kind of strongly associated British territories or countries. So not so much in America. It's not really a thing. Now, do people return gifts? Yeah, I think so. But it's not like a ritual as in the UK with Boxing Day. Boxing Day, if any UK or Australian or Canadian viewers can tell us a little bit more about what Boxing Day is. I don't know too many details. Hey, New York City Walking Show is watching as well. Oh, we got a lot of streamers tuning in today. Welcome, nice to see you here. All right, let me show you some cool secrets. Cute background music, I agree. Really says New York dosas agreed, can't disagree. Authentic and tasty. Yes, I'm glad you've had it before. Hey Charlene, do I track the amount of steps? No, I don't track the amount of steps. I'm not really into exercise, to be honest, so I just like walking for the sheer fun and joy of exploration. Don't really do it for exercise. Here is the mysterious door that leads into an alternate realm. What realm is that? Well, you'll be the judge whenever you go through it. It reads, La nuit porte conseil. The night brings counsel, or let's sleep on it. Right underneath Herald Square Monument. Have you seen the warm chestnuts? Yep, they're sold everywhere. I will point them out if I pass by one of them. Paul says it leads to Narnia. Well, I think the portal is a personal portal. It leads to anywhere you want it to lead. Anywhere you need it to lead. The night gives advice, says Eugen. Yes, that's what it means. The night brings counsel. Or also in America, we just say, let's sleep on it, which means the same thing. So W2 says, I read that Boxing Day was when the rich would give the servants gifts and the day off. Oh, interesting, W2. Oh, that's an interesting origin story. Are people not wearing masks? People are indeed wearing masks. I'm kind of walking around where people are sitting down and drinking drinks. So not in this particular scenario, but you'll notice as we're kind of wandering around. Here's Waffles and Dinges, another great street kiosk. Very good waffles that they offer. They offer good waffles. Who's my favorite New York City architect? That's New Jersey Walks. Ah, great question, New Jersey Walks. Very great question. You know what? The architect I really most find inspiring is Cass Gilbert. I just love his aesthetic. He designed the Woolworth building. So Cass Gilbert, I think would be one of my top. But if you were to say a modern architect, I think it would be Norman Foster. I just love what he did with the Hearst building, which is not visible from this perspective, but check it out, the Hearst building. And Norman Foster has designed so many awesome buildings also in London as well, so I just love his work. Those waffles are too expensive. Well, yeah, you know, New York City, it's food is a bit expensive. Be prepared to spend on food in New York City. Of course, there are higher quality options in restaurants for waffles. There's a Santander in New York. Yeah, there's a lot of Santander banks in New York. Yeah, I think it's a Spanish bank. It's also in Latin America. The Flatiron Building is coming up soon. I'm actually not walking that direction at all. How's Christmas, Adam? Christmas was wonderful for me. I'm very grateful to have a calm Christmas with close family members. And it consisted of me watching two films. I saw Soul from Pixar, and I saw Wonder Woman 1984. And absolutely love those two movies. To me, Pixar's Soul is a masterpiece. One of the most mind-blowing films I've ever seen in my entire life, and that is no exaggeration. Wonder Woman 1984 was such a unique superhero film, which I really appreciate. Especially coming recently from Washington, D.C. It was nice to see Washington, D.C. on film. If you re-gift the gift back to the original gifter, is that okay? Says Todd. No, Todd. In American culture, that is not okay. Are you near 42nd Street? Says AN. Yes, we're heading close to 42nd. We're just zigzagging around. Are you near where they have the live show with Kelly and Ryan? I don't think so. I think that's a little bit further uptown, around 50th Street. If anyone can let me know where Kelly and Ryan have their show. I don't watch too much. I don't watch any television, basically. I only watch YouTube and streaming, so don't know too much of the details of Kelly and Ryan. What a beautiful day. I agree. That's why I was compelled to go out today. How far to the Flatiron Building? We are right now at 37th Street. Flatiron Building, you continue walking down Broadway. This is Broadway over here. And you'll go to 23rd Street. So a little bit more than 10 blocks. 14 blocks away. Hey, Ama from Morocco. Nice to see you here. It's too cold. It is very cold today as well. Alex, did I hear about any hoax bomb at the Empire State Building? No, but I hope everyone's okay. I did not hear anything. I don't watch the news, ladies and gentlemen, and people of all genders, to be honest, so usually I'm pretty behind in the news. Let's check this out. What is this little thing over here? Let's check it out. And cars are driving crazy quickly. What is up with people on the road nowadays? Were those church bells? I don't know. It sounded like them, but they're not supposed to be. Not sure what church would be near ringing bells. Shoot up. What time is it here? Shoot up. Along with me not watching the news, I really don't keep track of time. What time is it, everyone? If you can let me know. Guys, all I really do know is about history and food. These very practical details, you know, ain't my forte. Time is but merely a construct. 1:17. Oh, thank you so much. 1:17 p.m. Meat King saw the Christmas Carol movie. Do you see the Muppets Christmas Carol or the original? Tyler says, wait, you don't wear a watch? No, I do not. It's brunch time. Oh, yeah, that is true. Artie says it's retrowave time. That is for a much complicated discussion. Or you could read the book. Dutch Mall says, yup, once you start streaming, you lose track of everything, says Dutch Mall. Yup, Dutch Mall is a fellow live streamer, says it. Hits the nail on the head. all goes into the background as one walks around while live streaming. Which area are you in? We are in the garment district. Roseanne says a no worrisome life indeed. I recommend for everyone walking around to look beyond time. Look beyond the addresses and the agendas. To live without watches, without maps. To just let the wind be at your back. Let me show you the statue of the famous needle and thread in Fashion Avenue. Linda says West 67th Street and Columbus Avenue. Cool, that's where Kelly and Ryan have their show. West 67th and Columbus Avenue. Thank you, Linda. Hi from Australia. Bella says walking commuter has been live streaming for 5 hours. Oh, it's quite impressive. Jay from Azerbaijan. Welcome. Quite a far away place. Can't wait to one day go to Azerbaijan. Been very curious about what is in Central Asia. Artie says we don't need any stinking clocks. Indeed, Artie. Priya says that's what 2020 did for you. Hatred for watches and news. Not hatred, just no interest. Nothing. I don't feel hate in my heart. I just feel a love for the non-use of watches and the non-watching of news. It's love. Love everyone. The Sun Tells Time says, Fila, indeed it does. Indeed it does. The temperature of New York is pretty cold, 36 degrees Fahrenheit. Here's the DKNY headquarters, Donna Karan, great fashion designer from New York. Have you ever been to Jimmy's? No, I've not. Watch sometimes stresses you out, says Panejotis. Yeah. Alright. Lucy says, press that like button. Yeah. Luciano says, you're so cute and polite. Don't need hate. Nope. Oh, look at this. Wow. This is quite a display. Beautiful. Wow. Well, I came into this building last year, did a job here. Beautiful. Dennis says, I love when you speak Spanish. Ah, qué bien que te encanta cuando yo hablo español. Trato a hablar español como si estoy haciendo una telenovela. Let's try to speak Spanish like I'm doing a Spanish soap opera. Hey, Brendan, I'm doing very well, Brendan. Thank you for tuning in and saying hello from Sheffield. I'm not sure if you overheard, but there was a person begging for money and insulting me at the same time. I think that's not the best way to beg for money. Here is the Garment District, or the Fashion Avenue sculptures. The needle and thread. They used to have this kiosk where you could find information about Fashion Avenue. They used to have the Fashion Avenue Hall of Fame here, but they took it out, which is such a shame. I'm not entirely sure why they did that. Artie says Domingo Gigante. Are you making a reference to Sábado Gigante, the famous show from Univision? So this represents a garment worker in the shmata business. Shmata was what many of the Jewish Americans called the garment business. It was a Yiddish word for garments. And are the stores closed? Yeah, a lot of things. Garment district is much more kind of quieter. It's usually quiet on the weekends because this is a place for business a lot. Fabric stores tend to be closed today, so I wish I could show you some fabric stores. And I'm not entirely sure if you could just walk in nowadays, fabric stores. Maybe you can. Hey, Roque, you miss your city. Oh, I'm glad I could bring it back. Hello, Hasib from Pakistan. Welcome. Do let me know how to say hello in Pakistani. Urdu. Tell me how to say hello in Urdu. I'm very curious. Here is one of the best comic book stores in New York City. This is Midtown Comics. Let me point the camera a little closer. 2 floors of comics. Highly recommend going to them. I'll show you the entrance because it's a bit easy to miss. Here at the corner of 40th Street and 7th Avenue, right by Times Square. Oh, Hasim says, Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, very similar to Arab. Hey, Karen. Preppy says, saludos de Puerto Rico, mandando un saludito a Malena que te escuche. Ah, saludos a Malena y Preppy, gracias por diciendo hola. Espero que lo pasaste muy bien estas Navidades y que comiste un buen pastelón o un buen pasteles. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. So yeah, this comic book store is pretty hidden. It's not so obvious. So let's see over here. Hey, KD says, I dig your mask, man. Shalom, Tessa. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, there's a new Empanada Mama here. This is cool. This is new. Empanada Mama is a restaurant known for their empanadas and guacamole. And now they opened up a fast food version. This is awesome. Well, let's show you the entrance to Midtown Comics right over here. So very easy to miss. Midtown Comics. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Aquí está la biblioteca. I'll show you a little peek. I gotta be quiet. Hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going?
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
Pictures, no video.
Oh yeah, no worries. Okay, I'll just head out. Thank you. Excuse me. Right behind you. So highly recommend that store. They didn't want any video, which is okay, understandable. But highly recommend them.
Are you vlogging?
I am indeed.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going, man? Are you trying empanadas mamas?
Yes, delicious.
Is it good, right?
Yeah, dude.
First time coming to this one?
Well, this one especially.
Yeah.
I usually go to like the other ones in like Soho
Soho. Oh, cool, man. Have a good day. Bye. So he said Banana Mamas is very good. So yeah, really cool guys. Midtown Comics, 2 floors. Christine, it's called Midtown Comics on the corner of 40th Street and 7th Avenue, Fashion Avenue. Now let's cross the street. Adam, what's my favorite comic book character? Doctor Strange. That's my favorite comic book character. Andrea says, sorry you got kicked out. Nah, it's okay. At least they were polite about it. Is Forbidden Planet still around? Yeah, it is. It's right by the Strand bookstore in Greenwich Village. And it definitely is around. And way beautiful. They built a new store about like 6 or 7 years ago. And it's gorgeous. Highly recommend going there. Hey, Christine, nice to see you here. Watch out with black ice. Hey, is that Satu for 200 yen? Thank you so much, Satu, for 200 yen. Hey, Kay, you just binge watched. Doctor Who. Oh, interesting, cool. That's awesome. Irene says now I can watch you on TV. Oh, Irene, why is that? Did someone give you a Chromecast or some type of device? Hey, Manny, ¿has leído alguna vez los cómics de Jodorowsky? Buena pregunta. Me encanta el Jodorowsky, Alejandro Jodorowsky, y el hijo también es un buen músico. Lo he tratado de leer, es un poco difícil a leer sus cómics, porque es bien denso. I've tried to read Alejandro Jodorowsky's books, but they're a bit dense, just like his movies. Are you making a live streaming on the new year? Probably on New Year's Eve, I'll be out here during the day. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want me to explore Times Square on New Year's Eve? During the day, not at night. Because at night, I'll be spending it with family. Thoughts on Red Lobster? There's much better choices for seafood here in New York City. Alright, so I usually explore Times Square. Let's not go to Times Square today. Let's go down 42nd Street. Karen says, yes, we would love to spend New Year's Eve with you. Oh, I'm so glad. But let's not go into 42nd Street fully. Let's go under 42nd Street because there's a nice little secret. Wow, the streets are empty. Here it is, yeah. Actually, here's much emptier than 34th Street. I guess because there's no shops. People are not really returning things. I got to do a quick mask adjustment before I go downstairs. Oh wow, the theater now is exposed. They took down the scaffolding. Let's check it out. Okay, actually before we go downstairs, let's check out the scaffolding here. So here, this building has been covered by scaffolding for more than a decade. At first they were gonna build a flagship Mark Echo store. But if you are in America and you're around my age, you already know what happened to Mark Echo. Kind of disappeared. The way that what was it called? Tom Hardy disappeared as well. So that was no good. Mark Echo canceled their plans, try to sell off the building or to lease it to someone else new. I think they were going to build some type of new theater experience. That did not work out, and the building's still empty. But now they have seemed to take down the scaffolding, and we can see how this old theater that has been here since the heyday of Broadway, when it started really becoming a big thing in the 1930s, we see it more exposed. So this is awesome. I'm glad they took down the scaffolding. I wonder what's going to happen with it. Hello, Omid. Nice to see you here. Salam alaikum. I don't know how to read Arabic, so if anyone wants to translate, feel free to do so. Hello, Akte. Merhaba from Turkey. Welcome. Is that the Harry Potter building? This theater, it looks skinny. This theater, the New Victoria, is the Harry Potter building. This one. This one is a different theater. Do I like Canal Street? Not really. It's not. There's a lot of cool stuff around it, but Canal Street itself is nothing particularly special. Such great architecture. I agree. Sixtus says Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is right over here in this theater. Different theater. The real theater is actually on the back side of this. So this is just like the backside entrance, technically. Hey, Robert Parker. How you doing, Robert Parker? I spent all weekend viewing your past videos, especially the one you took of Woodside and Little Manila. You missed Red Ribbon, 2 blocks from Jollibee. Oh, I didn't know Red Ribbon was a Filipino joint. That's cool. I definitely saw it, but I didn't know it was a Filipino place. Hello, Muhammad from Jakarta. Welcome. Asif from Pakistan. Welcome. Salam. Zion. All right, since this is so empty, let's enjoy a little bit more. And then we'll go downstairs. What Broadway shows are slated to open? The first one that has announced its reopening is Hamilton. He's not giving up his shot. He's opening up in March 2021. But Madame Tussauds is open, apparently. And Ripley's Believe It or Not. Ripley's Believe It or Not is open again. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. Octay says congratulations on the video. Thank you so much, Octay. One of my favorite barbecue restaurants in New York City is Dallas Barbecue. It's a mega restaurant, but unfortunately it is closed because it's all indoor seating. Massive amounts of indoor seating. Carlos Bakery's open on the... Yeah, Carlos Bakery's down there. No, I wouldn't trust that bakery. I have a feeling that the original is much better, which I visited in my Jersey City tour. Hey, excuse me? Right. Eduardo, Spanish o portugués. Yo hablo español. No sé portugués. So here is actually where all the Broadway stars practice, rehearse, get dressed, all these other things. Choreograph if they're before they premiere here at the 42nd Street Studios. I mentioned this many times. 2029 West 42nd Street. Juniors or Carlos, which one do you like better? Juniors if we're here in New York City. Wow, we got a lot of people tuning in. Welcome, everyone. Nice to see you here. I'm Ariel. This is Urbanist. Let me know where you're watching from. So they're converting the theater into retail, and it's supposed to be completed in the summer of 2020. So it's supposed to be completed a few months ago, and yet nothing. It's cool that we can see through here at least. What are the best restaurants here? Go to Hell's Kitchen. There's a lot better restaurants than Applebee's, in my opinion. Zoom in here. Oh, someone's sleeping up there here at the steps of the new Victoria. Oh, smells pretty strong. Carol, my name is Ariel. From the UK watching. Huh, I'm so glad you're watching. Sadu, you want to see a restaurant? You know, no indoor dining is open. So indoor dining is closed. So it's impossible to see a restaurant in action, at least. I'll point out if I pass by any others. Let me show you a secret in the subway. It's rather empty. William, do I enjoy this holiday? I do indeed. Okay, everyone, let me know if you want to see a secret modern artwork. Marcus from Germany, nice to see you here. Omid, feel free to ask me anything about food, travel, or history. This is not a medical channel. All right, let's go. Luciano loves secrets. Oh, I'm glad you do, Luciano. So this is the 42nd Street stop. Make sure you go to the middle, right by the Uptown 123 trains here. Elif, can you show yourself in the video? I don't know. Do people want to see my face? Let me know. You want me to do a face reveal? Epic face reveal. Let me know in the comments. Here is a Lichtenstein, Roy Lichtenstein. Pardon my German. He was an American artist, known for his like comic book style right over here. Known for doing these very big dots, similar to how printing was done in the comic book era. You can sometimes physically see the dots. Generally you can. Because the lower quality printing, especially for mass publication like comic books, the way to make it cheaper is to make less resolution for printing, which meant bigger dots. So here is a Roy Lichtenstein, actually made by Roy Lichtenstein himself. Kay said, you showed me that on my last visit. Yeah, I did, Kay, yeah. I'm glad you remember. I'll zoom in. Elaine says, you are eye candy. Okay. Thank you, Elaine. Lichtenstein. I think I pronounced him correctly, though. Pardon if I'm mispronouncing his name. He was American, so he wasn't German as far as I know. He's German descent, but he wasn't raised in Germany. So that's why I assume his name might have been pronounced a little bit differently. A lot of people want an epic face reveal. If you're new to my show, you're in for good luck. The face will be revealed soon. Who is the man behind the camera? Shh, no one spoil it. No one spoil it in the comments, please. Don't let the new viewers know who the man behind the camera is. Let's see if I can show you another secret. No, I cannot because it's covered in scaffolding. I cannot show you the other secret. That's a shame. Here's another mural. I don't know who this is by. Usman says Peter Parker. Not quite, Usman. Not quite. All right, let's get back out of here. Let's get out of here. As a classic New York gangsters used to say in movies, let's get out of here. Forget about it. Let's get out of here. Outside, I'll do my face reveal. Right here is the shuttle train, but it's all covered in scaffolding. Joanne says I should be like Banksy. No one has ever seen my face. Let's see what's over here. Huh?
No fucking time on this shit right here. It's like, what?
Hashim, is this a subway station? It is. Delay says that my V for Vendetta. Remember, remember, the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason, and plot. For the gunpowder, treason, and plot shall never, ever be forgot. Oh, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We see subway tracks. What's that noise? Oh. So here are some subway tracks.
E trains all run on the F1 between 21st Street, Queensbridge, and West 4th Street in both directions because of signal polarization. First service to Ford Square.
Let's see if a train passes by. All right, train's gonna pass by. Yes, right down there, right down there. Hey, shoe train. All right. I'm just joking. This is not that type of channel. You can watch other channels for that. Wow, so cool. Oh, there's no chains blocking our way. Ah, that's interesting. That's the part where Jason shows up. I don't see any rats, but I think sometimes people might be living here. We do see a little bed sheets over here, unfortunately. Is the garbage from the homeless? It might be, might be. There's no more exit over here. No more exit, ladies and gentlemen, here, so we gotta go back. Uh-oh. We gotta go back. Whoa. Alright, we gotta go back. Wish me luck, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta go back.
141st Street because of structural maintenance. First service between 96th Street and 149th Street Grand Concourse use free shuttle bus service. First service between 149th Street Grand Concourse and 241st Street use the 5 train.
Caesar, am I doing good? No shuttle today. No. I'll run out of service if I take the shuttle. I think I will. Yeah, I think I would. Would I run out of service on the shuttle? You guys want me to try my luck?
181st Street Station or use the F3 bus.
Oh, do you want me to try my luck?
La estación de la calle 181.
You guys want to get a little bit risky?
Hasta diciembre de 2021.
Let me know.
Debido al
Should I? Let's vote on it. Should we get on here? Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Let's see. All right. Let's see. George, thank you so much for 370. Let me know.
42nd Street, Grand Central.
All right.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Crossing my fingers. Am I back? Let me know, ladies and gentlemen. I see the comments, so that's good news.
Hello, New York. This is David ushering from News 4 New York with good
Stay tuned. I'm gonna do an epic face reveal. Epic.
If you brought your own, we all appreciate it. But if you need one, just ask. NASCAR, for your help and the safety of fellow New Yorkers.
Let's see. Are you feeling lucky? Dutch says, "Oh my God, I worked. It did." Dutch. All right, let's see. See what we can explore here. We have arrived to Grand Central Terminal. Cue the Jurassic Park music. Wow. W2 says, wonder if he looks the same as he did before the pandemic. Oh, W2. We shall see. Merry Chrysler, everyone. Merry Chrysler to all of you for watching. Hey, Sergio, I'm doing well. About to do an epic face reveal. Oh, look. Oh my God, that's sunny. Hello, Tyler. Nice to see you here. Love New York City architecture, says Aben. Yeah, Aben, I agree. Hope you have your sunglasses on. Yeah, put them on. Salam, Kredibhiri. Salam, welcome. Oh my God, there's a Los Tacos Numero Uno here. What? There's a Los Tacos. Oh my God. Food break? Maybe the epic face reveal could be accompanied by a food break. One of the best tacos in New York City. All right, let's go. I'm feeling risky, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I'd like a adobada, please, taco.
Anything else?
And also, do you have tamarindo?
Yes, we do.
Oh, tamarindo, please.
Ma'am, may I have your name?
Ariel.
Alright, you have one adobado taco and a tamarindo.
Yeah.
The 861. For the taco corn or flour tortilla?
Corn, please.
Una tortilla de maíz, por favor.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. When did you guys open this location?
In May.
In May? Oh, wow. Quite a while back.
Do you need a receipt?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, thank you.
Would you like everything on it? I mean, cilantro, sausage, what?
Yeah, everything on
Sure, please step down now.
Awesome. Thank you.
Let us know when it's ready.
Thank you.
Es con todo minor and maíz.
Yes, gracias. Tengo un buen día. Gracias. All right. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in business. All right. time for a face reveal. Cue the music. Cue like the James Bond music, I guess. I am Ariel. There you go, everyone. You know my identity now. It has been revealed to the world. I am a mustachioed man behind the camera. So, we are Los Tacos Número Uno, which means the number one taco, because they are not false advertising. They are actually good tacos. They're actually number one tacos in my opinion. So Jessica says he always shows his face though. I'm poking a little bit of fun because we got a lot of new viewers today and they were wanting to see who's behind the camera. And that's why I made an epic face reveal. Because sometimes there's a lot of channels out there in YouTube, lots of great channels on YouTube, where the people never show their face. So they have what they call a face reveal after like 1 or 2 years of making videos, or whenever they hit like 100K or 1 million, they do a face reveal. So that's what I'm poking fun at. Tyler says bench review. There's no bench here to be seen. There's only barrels. So let's try. I got tamarindo, which is tamarind. Tamarind is a fruit or a vegetable, a root from the Indian subcontinent, and they make it into a juice all around India and also all around Latin America, including Mexico and my homeland of Puerto Rico. So let's try it out. Oh, it's really good. They make good tamarind. They also make a good horchata. Horchata is like, it's a rice milk, but it tastes like chocolate. It's really good. It's a spiced rice milk. I would have gotten that, but I wanted a nice fruitier drink. So let's try this huge, actually let me show it to you first because it's too pretty to not show it to you. So here is a pastor. That was the huge thing on the skewer, marinated pork with pineapple, a little bit of guacamole, and I think this is some pickled pineapple maybe, or pickled something. Really, really good. Now, a lot of people always ask me, what's my favorite food? And a lot of people assume it's like pizza or donuts because I constantly feature pizza and donuts in my own videos. But no, I don't eat pizza and donuts on a daily basis. That is something I tend to cover on video, but I prefer a good Mexican food. Mexican or Mexican-American food. So let's try this out. It's huge. They only do one tortilla, which is interesting. When you go to places in Queens, they do a double tortilla. Let's try it out. It's spicy. Whoa. Way spicy than I remember it. They might have changed their recipe. That is crazy spicy. Wow. I would say this is like 6 out of 10 in spiciness. I'm not too big of a fan of spiciness, so to me it tastes very spicy. But it's about 6 out of 10 in spiciness. But very good, tender, super tender meats. The corn tortilla is amazing. I think they might get it from Queens because there's a lot of tortilla makers in Queens. And the guacamole is nice and soft. It's more of a kind of a Mexico City style guacamole, which is kind of very liquidy. Not your American style guacamole, which is more just crushed avocados with some jalapeno and some lemons. And the pork is just so well marinated. You can almost eat this with a spoon. That's how good it is. Is the tamarindo sweet? Very slightly. It's just a slight sweetness, very slight sweetness. Not too sweet, which I like it that way. I prefer it that way. But I assume they probably have sugar packets if you prefer a little bit more sweeter for your taste. Where do I plan on going on? We're wandering around, so I didn't even plan to go in this area of Manhattan, but we're already here, so who knows where we go for the rest of this video. But let's finish up this taco. It's too good to not finish up this taco. So feel free to ask me any other questions about... Feel free to ask me any questions. I don't talk too much about Mexican or Mexican-American food on my videos because, you know, tacos is the quickest thing, but usually I don't go to areas where I can casually buy a taco. It's less Los Tacos Numero Uno, which they just opened up a few months ago. And also like buying a burrito. It's kind of a more time-intensive food. You know, you have to sit down and kind of enjoy a burrito. It's not something you can eat quickly. So I usually don't cover those types of food. So feel free to ask me anything about Mexican or Mexican-American food. Please show Grand Central ceiling. All right, let's do it. Do they have tamales? I don't think they have tamales, no. They have quesadillas. And they have one thing on their menu, nopal, which is like a cactus. Let me find the napkins I got. All right. They have a cactus as well. Good meal, only just popped in. I feel like I have my own personal tour guide, says Catherine. Oh, I'm glad, Catherine. Yeah, this is what these videos are about. You might need some Tums in the few. I don't think so. This, even though this is spicy, it's not acidic. I don't feel like I'm having a super acidic meal. When you have something deep fried, then it gets a little bit more dangerous, I think. A big bite, indeed. These tacos you can eat in like 2 or 3 bites. Very easy to do so. With reporters like these on YouTube, who needs CNN or Fox News? So, great comment. Who was that? Editor Informal. A few other people have left this comment actually in this broadcast. I am not a journalist, ladies and gentlemen, and people of all genders. I am not a journalist. I want to make that very clear. I'm not a journalist, though I might be showing you the city streets. My intention is not to inform. My intention is to entertain. So you're turning red. I am indeed turning red, Vader. I'm indeed. I get red when I have spicy food. So I'm an entertainer, not a journalist. But I do appreciate that. You know, media kind of has gotten a little bit tired. I came from the media world, and the reason I quit the media world was because I kind of got a little bit bored with it. I thought media informs but only gives you anxiety most of the time, especially news. News tends to give you a lot of anxiety, especially American news. And I know many other countries are in a similar way. A few Latin American countries I visit also the same thing. Kind of just gives you so much anxiety. And I didn't want that in media. So while this is entertainment, I want to give you good vibes. I want to make you feel good. It's entertainment. You might be informed. You might learn about what a taco is. You might learn about a piece of history, but my prerogative is entertainment. Someone asked me, I don't watch? Who was this? Jen, you said you don't watch news. How's that working for you? When I say sometimes that I don't watch news, some people find it very kind of concerning because they think you're living in ignorance. They think that you're living in, you're trying to, you know, kind of shut out the world. And because you want to escape from it, you want to run away from it. And while that could be the case, for me, it's not. For me, I've learned that in news, they tend to repeat the same thing over and over again. And sometimes they speculate a whole lot that just ends up increasing anxiety and increases a feeling of dread. So you're not really learning anything new, but you're hooked on it because at any moment, some new development could pop up, or some new piece of information could pop up. This dates back all the way to newspapers. It dates, with television. It happens with online. Something new could pop up. You refresh Twitter, some new development can happen. But as you're waiting for that new development, you're there stuck in that cycle of anxiety and dread. For many people, I'm speaking for myself, but I know this from talking to other people, they have felt the same way. Stuck in that cycle of anxiety and dread over and over, trying to refresh, or watching CNN for hours on end. You're not learning anything new. They got you hooked, like me as an entertainer. I got you hooked. If you're really enjoying this adventure, you want to know where it leads. I got you hooked. Believe me, the news is doing the same thing. It's just that they're covering it up as watching news, as being informed. But in reality, you can get informed in like 2 or 3 minutes in one day. So that's all I'll say about that. So good. All right, as I'm finishing this up, feel free to ask me any other questions. We'll be walking in a few seconds, in a few minutes. Who do you work for? Asked Mads. I don't work for anyone. I am a freelancer and a content creator. So in essence, I don't work for anyone, but in a way I work for the people who watch my show, and for my clients who hire me to make videos for them. And what's your dream city? London. I love New York. New York is definitely, see myself being here for many, many years, but I see myself also living a few years in London. And what MetroCard do I use? Unlimited MetroCard, monthly. Really good recommendation. If you're here for a week, get yourself a weekly MetroCard. A lot stress-free. It's $33 per week. Might sound expensive, but trust me, you'll utilize that very quickly. It's cheaper than getting a bunch of Ubers or taxis if you're able to travel around. ¿De dónde son los Vieras? ¿De qué pueblo? Los Vieras son de Manatí. Generalmente. No, Manatí, actually. Los Vieras son de Rio Piedras in Puerto Rico. A lot of family members are from Rio Piedras in Puerto Rico. Do you see yourself in Paris or Berlin? I haven't visited Berlin yet, but I do see myself in Paris in the future at some point, for at least a little while, for at least a few months. Victorian says London is crap. I disagree. I highly disagree. The boss says you'll love Edinburgh. I can't wait to go. How many languages do you know? English, Spanish. I only know how to say hi in a bunch of other languages. I can say a little bit more words in Tagalog, and a little bit Italian, a little bit of French, but only to to order something. Ariel is the name of the German washing powder. Yes, it's the name of a detergent. Mia and Boricua, love this Q&A, says Marianne. Yeah. All right, one more minute. Edinburgh is very nice. I can't wait to go to Edinburgh. If you're subscribing to this show for the first time, I plan on doing a 3-month expedition throughout the entire British Isles. That includes UK, that includes England, Wales, Scotland, Isle of Man, and I would love to go to Ireland, Northern Ireland. What is Boricua? Asked Natalia. Boricua stands for Puerto Rican. It's another word for Puerto Rican. I sometimes say New Yorican, which is a Puerto Rican raised in New York. What jacket am I wearing? I'm wearing Zara. Manchester is fab. Oh, I can't wait to go to Manchester. Lots of industrial history there. Cynthia says, I missed the Q&A. Oh, you still got a little bit left. A little bit left in the Q&A. Dickens says, always nice to see you. Oh, thank you, Dickens. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry for the mix-up a few weeks ago. Boston, I've been to Boston. Did like 6 or 7 videos there. Mads, how do I earn my living? This. And making videos similar to this. Any plans to grow a beard again? Not in the near future. Corona Mexican beer, says DT. Ooh, what are you referring to? And love your scarves. Name of the scarf. This is actually from a British company called Orvis. Orvis. It was gifted to me this Christmas. Yeah, which is really cool. Have you done the Ramble in New York City? Yes, many videos in the Ramble. I have like one or two on YouTube. No, I have a little bit more on YouTube, like 2 or 3 on YouTube. On Facebook, I have many more. I have about 10 videos of the Ramble. Do I like the West Coast? Great question. I love Las Vegas. Really interesting city. Not a place I would live, but a place to travel casually. Really fun. And there's really interesting history in Las Vegas. LA as well, because of Hollywood. And I do intend on working in Hollywood at some point, so I probably will be visiting LA much more often at some point in my life. So I enjoy it, but not a place I would live at all. Hey, Castellano from Orlando. Mafalda. Have you ever met celebrities in New York? I met James Cameron. Probably one of the best meetings I've ever had with any type of celebrity. He's the director of Titanic and Avatar. I have seen many other celebrities, but I usually don't say hi to them because I want to just respect their privacy, respect their, good vibes. I've seen Casey Neistat in a coffee shop. I've seen Justin Timberlake crossing an avenue in Greenwich Village. Tom Hardy passing by a coffee shop with a very scraggly beard. I've seen Julianne Moore kind of once very briefly in Gramercy Park. I saw Zachary Quinto walking with the shortest shorts I've ever seen a man ever wear. Yeah, those are mostly the celebrities I've seen. Have I seen Woody Allen? No, I've never seen Woody Allen. I don't think he spends too much time in New York in the past 20 years. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Q&A is over. Now it's time to walk. Cynthia, I do not. I do not. Not right now. Few people have asked me for it. Preppy would like to go to Central Park. And watch out, the walking commuter is breaking a record on live streaming. That's okay. There's gonna be a lot of records being broken here. I'm not a very competitive person, ladies and gentlemen, so. All right, now let's continue walking. What microphone am I using? All the gear, information on my gear is in the description below in this video on YouTube. Victorian asks, this is my first live. Victorian, how can you tell? Is it because I'm a bit nervous? A bit nervous in front of the camera. No, it's not, Victorian. No, it's not. If people can let Victoria know how long I've been live streaming. Viral, where will it take you now, Viral? This is a wandering, so who knows where we'll go. But let's go inside the Grand Central, shall we? Do you think any celebs hide behind the chat? I would love that. That would be awesome. James Cameron, if you're watching, please let me know if I can work for you. Dutch Mall says the urbanist is definitely OG live stream. Yep, you and me both. Dutch has been doing it for 5. I've been doing it for 4. Merry Chrysler. Merry Chrysler, everyone. Let's go. Killaho have met Ryan Wilson. Oh, from The Office. And it was disappointing. He's not friendly at all. Yeah, you know, I've encountered that with like 2 celebrities. I've encountered that. So before we go inside, let me show you the woman who saved Grand Central Terminal. Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. She ended up helping save Grand Central Terminal in 1975. And she has a quote here. "It is not cruel to let our city die by degrees, strip of all her proud monuments until there will be nothing left in all of history and beauty to inspire our children. If they are not inspired by the past of our city, where would they find the strength to fight for her future?" Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. Here it says, "To all those who with head and heart and hand toiled in the construction of this monument, to the public service this is inscribed." Was Jacqueline Kennedy related to JFK? Yes, she was the wife of John F. Kennedy, President of the United States of America, who was shot and killed in Dallas, Texas. Cindy, have you ever done a video on the original Penn Station? Yeah, a very old Facebook video. I haven't done it again, but since the new Penn Station is opening up, I might do a history video of Penn Station. Have I considered making videos where I answer questions indoors? Yeah, I've done many of them. Check out my previous videos. New Year's Day will probably be the next one. Hey, Viorel, thank you for the £2. I appreciate you. Eugene says her monuments. I always thought New York is male, so New York is non-binary. It's recently came out as non-binary. The city. Are you guys ready? Let me know if you're ready for the marvelous display of artistry on the ceiling of Grand Central Terminal. Todd asked if I may stream the Long Island Railroad. Maybe. Okay, I passed Bellevue. I've pulsed it a few times. Today it's a bit far away, but do watch my previous videos of the ferry. I've passed by Bellevue many times, and I might do a history video there soon. Okay, I passed by the donut plant. I think the donut plant is closed. As of last week, it was closed. Brendan, this is not Penn Station. This is Grand Central Terminal. Penn Station is named after Penn, William Penn, one of the owners of the railroad. There's another Penn Station. I think that one's named after Pennsylvania. Right here, we have the Zodiac. So a lot of the things inside here that you're used to seeing in the holidays is closed. Oh, there's a pigeon inside here. Ready to eat some pasteles. Want some, Joe? Oh, Joe, I would love a pastele. Are you? How did you make them or did you buy them? Let me know. I will gladly accept a pastel. Hello, Lisa. Nice to see you here. Hello, Brendan. The cheers. Show us the dirt spot. Sure. Let's see if we can find it. It's right by Cancer. Cancer is right down there, but it's covered in scaffolding. So the dirt spot is covered in scaffolding, I think. Yeah, it is. Yep, it is. Unfortunately, it's covered in scaffolding. So there's one little brick right there, part of this mural. This mural is made out of like pieces of stone. And they left one little piece looking like it did before the 1980s, which was black and covered in tar. Tar from all the people smoking cigarettes here. Gayatri, happy Sunday to you too, Gayatri. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas. Hey, Rebecca. Well, I'll show you this one. There used to be a huge rocket that was hanging here in Grand Central. And the rocket was literally a gigantic rocket hanging in the middle of Grand Central during the Cold War in order to make everyone feel safer. Because of course, having a huge rocket hanging in the middle of a gigantic station makes a lot of people feel very, very safe. And it was so heavy that it damaged the ceiling and the hole is still there. Right? You know, when you feel safer if there's a gigantic rocket hanging in the middle of a train station, let me know. Let me know. I wouldn't feel safe with a gigantic rocket in the middle of a train station. Are the ceilings 3 stories high? No. So one story, 1 story, 2 stories, 3 stories, 4 stories, 5 stories, 6 stories, 7 stories, and about 8 and 9 stories. 9 stories tall, you can think about it. CBS used to be right here. Their first television broadcasting studio. They used to broadcast a very early, like the very first version of the nightly news. But they end up finding out that's a bit too noisy over here to broadcast the nightly news right next to train stations. Who would have thought that the sound would not be as good? Hey, Cynthia, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I appreciate you, Cynthia. Cynthia, a legend with $20 super chat. Thank you. Hey, No Fluffy. Hope you're doing well. My wife is watching Stamitos. And Shirley, thank you so much for watching, Shirley. Welcome to New York City, covered in scaffolding, because that's the most iconic fixture of New York, scaffolding. In New York if there ain't no scaffolding. Hey, you're Brazil. Hola. Valegira, welcome. Hello, Luis. So, these staircases are not the same. These 2 staircases, not the same at all. What's the difference between these 2 staircases? Elisa, the weather is cold in New York. Oh, baby, it's cold outside. So these 2 staircases are not the same. This is the original. In the original plans, when they built this gigantic terminal in 1913, they anticipated to have 2 grand staircases. But as with all major projects in New York City, they ran out of money. And because they ran out of money, they said, okay, 1 staircase is enough. So this is the original. And for many, many, many decades, Grand Central only had one staircase. This was actually some type of like ad. There was like a huge ad here before, no staircase. But then, I think it was like 15, 20 years ago, a little bit longer than that, maybe around 15 to 25 years ago, they decided to finally build the second staircase. But they made it slightly different. Just so not to make it look like the original building had two staircases. One of the reasons they made it look a bit plainer was so many generations from now, archaeologists studying the ruins of New York in the year 5328 would find out that Grand Central was indeed only built originally with one staircase. Someone asked, how do I know all this history? I make it up. No, I do not. I've been making 4 years of videos, so I already know all this on the top of my head. Hey, Cynthia, let me see. What were we referring to? How much her apartment would be inside the Grand Central Station? Oh, the Campbell apartment. It used to be an office, not an apartment, really. And it's closed, so we won't be able to see anything. But watch my video of last year. I actually snuck in. And they just let me walk in. They didn't even care. So last year, I did actually go into the Campbell apartment. I have a 360 video of Grand Central Terminal here on YouTube as well, and also on Facebook, where you can also see the Campbell apartment inside. Tyler, am I a historian? I don't consider myself a historian. I'm just a man who loves history. Historians, much different type of, much more in-depth type of career. Many films filmed here, yes, such as Armageddon, Michael Bay's Armageddon starring Bruce Willis. People here minding their own business. There's a homeless man with a dog, and suddenly a huge asteroid hits and crashes into the middle of Grand Central Terminal. And then, in the Avengers, #1, the Hulk crashes through here with Thor, and then the Hulk, flip-flops Thor all around. Or like punches him, I think. He punches him. And BTS was here as well, the Korean K-pop band. So someone asked, are there walkways here? Yeah, there are. Hey, Natalie says, you must have watched the Avengers then. Oh yeah, I did. I love the Avengers. I love the Marvel movies. So here we have the walkways. Hey, Victorian, Armageddon was my all-favorite film. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, it's a fun film. So sometimes you'll get lucky and see someone walking through, or sometimes you may get lucky yourself and walk through it yourself, which, see my 360 video. Dig in, search Urbanist, Grand Central Terminal 360, and you will find it. I actually got inside access to that staircase. And yeah, the Apple Store is right over here. Exploring with George says, do the new Penn Station. I will. January 1st, stay tuned. Or 2nd, one of those 2 days. I'll be doing the new Penn Station. Tyler says, Bruce Willis, what an actor. He also starred in Die Hard. Yep, Die Hard #3, but I don't think #3 had any scenes here. So here is the famous information booth. This is where New Yorkers say, meet me by the clock. Many cities around the world, especially in the West, there is always a place where people say, meet me by the clock. And there are different locations, maybe whatever city you're in. Like if you're in Prague, Meet Me by the Clock is the astronomical clock in the old square. Meet Me by the Clock here in New York means meet by the Grand Central Terminal clock. Hey, and Natalie says, I love how you address many of us. I think your interaction makes your channel one of my favorites. Oh, I'm so glad. Always happy to be someone's favorite. So, here's a famous information booth. You can ask these guys literally anything. Anything. What time is my train? You can ask where do I catch the train to Connecticut? How much is the train to Connecticut? What is the meaning of life? Why are we here on this earth? You can literally ask them anything, and they will answer. Where's the nearest donut shop? Why is time a construct made by humans? Literally ask them anything. But there's one little secret here, and I'll point the camera over here, right over here. There's a little doorway. You see this doorway? This doorway goes all the way down to the information booth on the lower level. So one more. Oh, did anyone? A few people have asked me, do I watch BTS? Do I listen to BTS? I haven't got into K-pop, so I don't know too much about them. The only thing I do know about them is that they're a $6 billion industry in Korea, because they brought massive amounts of tourism to South Korea. That's the only thing I know about them. So here we have a bunch of train times. The trains are always marked 1 minute before the actual departure time. So here we have New Haven, and this one's going to Stamford, for example, 6:02. Well, that train actually is supposed to depart at 6:03, but they mark it as 6:02 for those people who dare to be late. But it also used to be because they had to open and close the doors back in the day. I forgot. Something along those lines back in the day. Okay. So let's see the information booth on the lower level, shall we? Or do you want to see a train? Let's see if I can. I'll show you a train. Show you from the outside here. So here is a train. I'll show you from here, this perspective. Right there is a train. Metro North. Ticket prices range, I think anywhere between $10 and more, $50. There's a lot of like security there, so I don't want to just walk in with the camera to show you a train, but let me see if I can show you a train in the lower level. Here is the lower level. Did I acknowledge the tennis court? No, not yet, but there is a tennis court. Hard to see. It used to be a lot easier to see, but not anymore. And all these restaurants are closed, including Donut Plant down there. May it rest in peace. The Oyster Restaurant used to be here, but now it's closed. May it rest in peace. Joe Coffee used to be here, and now it's closed. May it rest in peace. So watch my video of Grand Central Terminal desserts that I did last year, this time last year, with the amazing What a Shame Mary Jane. We explored all this area of Grand Central. Sorry, I said Grand Central desserts, not Times Square. Grand Central desserts. I explored all this area, a little bit of the history of the food. Really awesome pair of videos that I did with What a Shame Mary Jane last year. So check them out both on YouTube and on Facebook. All right, let me show you one of the train tracks. There might be terrible service here. Let's see. I'll do my best to take a peek. Let me know if the service is good. Respond. These tracks run all underneath Park Avenue. Let me know if you still see service. Ronald, have I seen Walking Alice? I've seen her pop up in my feed, yeah. I don't, to be honest, I really don't watch other walkers. I do appreciate their work and I collaborate with them, but I don't really watch walking shows, to be honest. Maybe briefly every once in a while. All right, let's go back upstairs. Oh, well, I'll show you actually. Let's go, I'll show you the Oyster Restaurant. Let me know if the service is still good. So here's the information booth on the first level. That staircase I showed you, right over here. Tiny little staircase leads to down here. That's why there's no entrance to the information booth on the top. And here's the whispering wall. So this here, you can whisper. You can be in this side on the corner and you can whisper and people will hear you on the other side. And here's the Oyster Restaurant. This was open since 1917-ish, I think. 1917, but now it's closed. So. All right, let's go back outside. Hey, Alex. Okay, people are still seeing me. All right, everyone. Let's go back into the great outdoors. Because I'm a very outdoorsy type. I love walking in the great outdoors. By great outdoors, I mean the city. And by hiking, I mean walking. Let me know if you also like to hike in the great outdoors. Hey, Victorian says a lot of people all around the world would love to see England live on YouTube. Oh yeah, I mean I already did London for a month. I've done 40 videos in London back in 2018. But I hope to go back and show you a whole lot more of England. Jolly old England. Yes, she was whispering in the whispering wall. She was indeed. So let's see the Central Park Market, shall we? Hey, Darren, it's snowy in Belfast. Cool. All right, Grand Central Market, let's go. Open till 7 p.m., 5 p.m. on Sundays. Alex, do I know about the little dark patch? Yeah, I did, but it's covered in scaffolding right now. So here we have a market. And the market actually has some great places, including Murray's Cheese, which was featured in my recent video with James and Carla. Here you can get cheese, all the cheeses. If you like cheese, you can get it here. Lilac Chocolate Company. We got more cheeses here from Murray's Cheese. We got some spices. So this is a great baker that is originally based in Brooklyn, Bien Cut, Bien Cute, which I think means good cut. They're really good. I love their place in Crown Heights, and they have here their outpost. Yeah, that Urbanist orange cheese I pointed the camera at seems very rare and very expensive. So if you ever want Urbanist as a cheese, Urbanist Exploring Cities in cheese form, then there we go. And Eli Zabar, who is related to the Zabars of Zabars, is closed right now. Oh, that's a shame. But let's take note. Oh, some Frank Sinatra. Or is that Tony Bennett? No, that's Frank. All right, there's one little secret here in the backside. There's always secrets in the backsides of things, but if you go to the backside of the Grand Central Terminal, go above here, and look what you'll see. What is it that you see, ladies and gentlemen? Urbanist cheese is a great merch idea, says Ronald. Maybe soon, Ronald. Many YouTubers are starting their own coffee brand, so maybe, you know, I'll be a little bit more unique and start a cheese brand. Urbanist cheese. Aaron Zabar, who runs Zabars, was my doubles partner in high school. Oh, cool, Todd. That's awesome. So Little Rats right here. Has the market always been there? Yeah, they always were. And I'll recommend this coffee bar, which I also did with Mary Jane. Can you get Scotch egg? Scotch eggs are, I think, very rare here in New York City. You have to go to Little Britain, which is on Greenwich Street in the Greenwich Village. So this is one of my favorite coffee bars, Cafe Grumpy. Are they open? You guys want an espresso? Let me know if you want an espresso at Cafe Grumpy. I'm not sure if they're open. Let's see if they're open. Cafe Grumpy. That's you. When you go inside, you gotta be very grumpy. Can't be happy at Cafe Grumpy. All right, let's try that. Hey, how's it going? I'll have an espresso, please. Thank you. Oh, cool. Thank you so much. Have a good day, man. Okay. So here is the espresso. Look how beautiful. This is, in my opinion, one of the best espressos in New York City. But I'm not happy about it at all. I'm very grumpy. In honor of the restaurant, in honor of the cafe, I'm very grumpy about this Cafe Grumpy. Grumpy is such a good espresso. So let me cross the street, and I see a tripod down there. Hey, says Elisa, sorry that I'm also talkative. No worries. Hey, Panagiotis left a $5 super chat. Says espresso on me. Oh, Panagiotis, thank you so much. Panagiotis is sponsoring this espresso. I'll describe it to all of you in very vivid detail. But first, I gotta put my camera down right by this chimney. Beep, 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 beep. People very angry. Lots of anger here in New York City. These guys are watching too much news. I think that's the problem. Okay, cool. All right, let's try some coffee. Some good coffee. That's because that's how you say in New York. You say some coffee. Cheers, Panagiotis. Thank you so much for the good coffee. Good coffee. So grumpy about it. All right, let's try it out. Oh yeah, that's some coffee. These guys, Grumpy Cafe, always, continually, is one of my favorite coffee shops in New York City. They have like 4 or 5 locations in the city. They're originally from Greenpoint, Brooklyn. And if you've ever seen the show Girls on HBO, they were the main cafe where the curly-haired guy with the curly black hair guy, that's where he worked at. He ended up being Shoshana's boyfriend. That's where he works at. And it was a recurring spot in the show. And that was shot in the original Grumpy Cafe in Greenpoint. And then they shot it elsewhere later in Bedford-Stuyvesant. So the coffee shop is also based on Cafe Grumpy. And that's why that guy in that show, please remind me of the actor's name, he was always in a bad mood generally. It was kind of like screaming at his customers. It was loosely based on Cafe Grumpy. So the coffee, American style, of course, very bright. This coffee almost tastes like you're trying like a sangria. It's so flavorful, so fruitful that it tastes like it tastes like almost you're eating a nice array of fruits. It's that kind of bright and so beautifully vivid. This espresso is like if you put HD mode on your life. Like you were seeing life in SD, now boom, you're in HD. That's how powerful this coffee is. Delicious. Delicious, ladies and gentlemen. Try Cafe Grumpy. They also have great cold brew as well, so I highly recommend them. Now, let me take a swig of San Pellegrino, the best tasting water in the world. Oh yeah. San Pellegrino or any type of sparkling water company, come on. I'm waiting for your sponsorship. I'm waiting to be your spokesperson. I'll be the most interesting man in the world, but like for sparkling water. And there's bad traffic. Indeed, yeah, there's a lot of bad traffic. Hello, New York City Tours, nice to see you here. You need to try Swedish Ramoista. Oh, I don't know what Swedish Ramoista is. What is it? All right, time for the mask, and let's go walking around. Sorry, I can't read any questions. The camera's a bit far away from me. Do you guys want me to continue? Let me know. You guys want to continue around? I drank coffee, so I'm ready to walk for much longer. Let me know if you guys want to continue around. And Alexandra says it's water in the bottle. It's actually vodka. No, I'm joking. It's actually water. Or is it? All right, let's go. Hey, Borgia with usernames. Thank you so much, Borgia with usernames, for the $5 super chat. All right, let's go. There's beautiful Christmas decorations down there. You guys want to check it out? That's St. Agnes. Radio City Music Hall recommends. Emerson recommends drinking beer. Good recommendation. All right, let's see some Christmas decorations. Oh, here's the Chrysler. Ladies and gentlemen, we were drinking coffee at the very base of the Chrysler. I did not even realize. That is a very Merry Chrysler moment right there. We were literally at the base of the Chrysler. I had no clue. See, sometimes in New York, you can also be surprised. Let me zoom in. Wow. Panagiotis, thank you so much for $1 super chat. Panagiotis says, keep on going. Thank you so much, Panagiotis and Steve. All right, let's continue walking. What's the history of the Chrysler? It was in a fierce competition against 40 Wall Street, known as the Trump Tower nowadays, to become the tallest skyscraper in the world. However, 40 Wall Street actually won because they thought that the Chrysler was already going to be a little bit too short. But suddenly, as they were corking off the champagne and celebrating becoming the tallest tower in the entire world, the Chrysler out of nowhere takes out the spire that was being built within the interior of the building. They raise it up, and the spire ends up becoming about like 100 or 200 feet taller than 40 Wall Street, beating 40 Wall Street just a few days as they were celebrating. So this is St. Agnes Catholic Church. Looks gorgeous. Beautiful. Beautiful church. Let's cross over here. Darius says, we'll have to find some San Pellegrino for your trip. Oh, no worries. I'll have the sparkling water of Ireland, whatever the company is. The nuns are locked out. They are indeed. They are indeed locked out. Poor nuns. I hope they find the key. Go in. Yeah, I wish I can go in, but if the nuns are locked out, then I ain't finding a way in. Churches, you know, usually Catholic churches are open, but during the pandemic, churches have been closing. Hey, CB. Guinness is the sparkling water of Ireland, says Eugen. Eugen. That's a great one. Touche, Eugen. Guess I'll savor the sparkling water of Ireland in its full stout goodness. Is the Chrysler company located for the car Chrysler? Yes. It was built by the same man who owned Chrysler. It was built as the headquarters for the Chrysler company. Explain the steam. So, New York City and a few other cities around the world actually have a system of steam being pumped right below our feet. The steam zigzag is around the city, heating different buildings, providing air conditioning, and also providing energy for massive dishwashers, industrial dishwashers. So many of the bigger restaurants probably have steam-powered dishwashers as well. A lot more information can be found at the Bowery Boys podcast. They did a podcast about like 2 weeks ago about the steam history of New York. Much of my information I get so people can know, so I can give credit to the guys who do much harder work in researching, is Bowery Boys podcast. Manhattan's Little Secrets is the book. And also I go to Forgotten New York. It's a blog. And also the New Yorker and New York Times I use quite often. All the links is in the description below for my commonly used sources here in New York at least. So if you like my show, consider giving them a listen or a read, because they put in a whole lot of work into research, something that is very time intensive. Hey Bernal, welcome Bernal. Hey Sylvia, welcome from Poland. How do you remove this chat trail from the screen? I think you swipe. If anyone can let us know. I actually don't watch too many live videos on the phone, so I think you swipe and then you can remove the chat and see it full clarity. Or you can turn the camera, the phone, vertical and see the chat below the screen. Oh, sorry. Mike, where did I get my mask from? Smart_glamour on Instagram. At smart_glamour on Instagram. I'm near the DoubleTree, says Tyler. Yeah, that's on Lexington. So yeah, I'm pretty close. I'm getting close, at least, to it. Hey, Veronica says, I recently read that the State Farm bought the MetLife building. Yeah, they'll most likely change the name, so it won't no longer be the MetLife building, it'll be the State Farm building. Yeah, that usually happens. They won't keep the name, because I don't think they even own the rights to the name, and it's usually normal to do so. Where's Wall Street? Ooh, much farther away. Can you tell us about the skyscraper that nearly fell? We're about 10 blocks away from it. So maybe when I'm closer to it, I'll tell you about it. There's a secret waterfall here. Yeah, there is. Stay tuned for a 360 video. You will be seeing a secret, the secrets of Lexington Avenue parks here. Stay tuned. Is New York City related to York in England? Yes. The Duke of York was gifted New York City, New Amsterdam at that time, was gifted to him, and they decided to name it after his honor, New York City. It's snowing in Iowa. It says, but no. Oh no. 41 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, that's good. Let's cross. Hey, W2. All right. Hey, Kathleen says, shared with New York. I see a funny mural. Yeah, let's get closer to it. James, I'm so glad you enjoy my videos. Sarah, my next philosophical chat will be New Year's Day, Friday. First Friday of every month. Hey Dickens, thank you so much for watching. Dickens says, you're the best, hands down, until see you. Oh, I'm so glad, Dickens. Always happy to be your favorite. Vasilio says, can't wait for the next philosophical chat. Oh, I'm glad. Friday, New Year's Day, probably around 4 p.m. or so. Very beautiful giraffe. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Where are we? Oh. Let's go down here. We're just wandering around, ladies and gentlemen, so feel free to ask me any questions about New York, travel, or food. I really like the pace in your columns that's light up. Oh yeah. Sometimes, you know, you just gotta take it slow. That's life. Great video quality today, says Ronald. Oh, I'm glad. Where are you now, says Delay. I am in the neighborhood of Midtown East. Midtown East. Andy Warhol had his factory here. Andy Warhol was based in Soho. And then he had the other factory near Union Square. I don't think it was here. But did he have one here? Let me know. Kara D, yes. How do I remember 9/11? That's quite a serious topic, KD. I saw the huge plume of smoke from Northern Boulevard in Jackson Heights, Queens, and it was the image that has stuck with me the most. The best walking show on YouTube. Oh, Luciano, I'm happy to be your favorite. I don't claim to be the best, but I'm always happy to be someone's favorite. Hey, George says bye-bye now. Closing my eyes. Oh, George, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Live video is like a party. You can come in and out, so I always appreciate when people watch in for a few minutes. And awesome. Thank you for saying bye. That's very kind of you. It's like on the party when you leave without telling anyone. Here in the US we call it an Irish goodbye. I'm not sure for my Irish viewers if that's a saying over there, but here we call it Irish goodbye. Which is okay, I don't expect that it was a bye. But let's check this out. What are these statues over here? I actually rarely come to this area of Manhattan, so you're all exploring with me. Hey, Sarah says, where would you recommend taking my mother when we visit New York City? Classic Cafe. Okay, Classic Cafe, go to Felix Roasting Company in Soho for a Classic Cafe. Or if you want old school, which means historical, go to Cafe Reggio in Greenwich Village. And there you'll find a very classic cafe. What is this? Where are we? Otherwise, your mother, I don't know. If she's a fan of art, definitely 100% take her to the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Or if she's a fan of more modern art, then take her to the Whitney Museum. A walk on the High Line is always beautiful as well. Is there an Italian restaurant which you would recommend? That's a great question. So here we're surrounded by pigeons. And look at these beautiful sculptures. Favorite Italian restaurant in New York? Ruby Rosa is my favorite for pizza to sit down. Carbone, I haven't tried it yet, so actually never mind about Carbone. Yeah, go to Ruby Rosa is my number one. Pizza pigeons. See, even pigeons eat the crust, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald is calling me Lord of the Pigeons, the flock of the seagulls. Beautiful creatures. Is De Robotis a great Italian cafe? Yes, I'll ask anyone. Everyone who's tuning in, let me know, what's your favorite Italian restaurant in New York? Give me your top recommendations, because I actually don't go to too many Italian restaurants. I usually go to my neighborhood restaurant, which I won't tell anyone because it's my own neighborhood. But check out, there's a bunch of other great places. It's just I don't really eat too much Italian outside. Oh, they're playing a game. Look at that. This family's playing the game where you count and then you can move. That's so cool. This is a beautiful little area here. Sarah says there's an Olive Garden in Times Square. Oh, Sarah, I would recommend trying another place. Oh, okay. Thank you, Sarah, for reminding me. Don't go to the Olive Garden. I get it, some people love Olive Garden. It does have a great view, so that's the only unique thing about it. But please, you're in New York City with a vibrant Italian-American culture. There's many amazing places. I just went a little bit blank right now at this moment. But now that you mentioned Times Square, try Carmine's. Carmine's is an excellent Italian restaurant, family style. So if you're here with 3 people or more, great restaurant to buy a gigantic plate of pasta. I love this. This is a beautiful little area. Can you check the titles of the sculptures? There's way too many pigeons right by the sculptures, so I'll check out another sculpture. Gorgon, sure, we have, thank you for letting us know. Everyone, these streams are getting bigger and bigger, so if anyone tries to stir something up, maybe politics, maybe try to divulge some type of personal information of me or someone watching, just ignore them. Ignore them, we'll take care of it, ignore them. As if they never were there. And because if you ignore the weird people, the haters, the people who like to stir things up, they kind of get bored after a while. Especially when I start talking about history. They'll be like, oh no, I ain't watching this. It's not worth the trolling. Reporting does work. Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, reporting does work. So If you're watching, do feel free to report. Yeah, that's okay. That is encouraged. Look at this Holy Family Church. What is this church? Where are we? Where are we? This is beautiful. Wow. This church looks like a bunker. It does look like a bunker. His Holiness Pope John Paul II extended his blessing to the Holy Family Church, the United Nations parish, after giving his message of human rights and peace to the United Nations. Ah, interesting. Hey, Alexander Castro has given a $15 super chat. If everyone remembers Alexandra from last week. That's very magical. And that's why I encourage people, I'll say this over and over and over again, do just wander. Even if it looks a bit boring for a little while, just keep on wandering. You'll encounter some magic on the way. Maybe a small little song on the chiming bells. It's very beautiful. All right, let's check out this statue over here at the end. Wow, that was beautiful. Arjuna says, I love wandering to boring places. They're never boring. Yeah. Alexandra, thank you so much for the $15 super chat. Alexandra collaborated with me to show the inside Nomad Hotel. For me personally, aside from the videos I made, it was one of the most magical stays I've ever had in the hotel, with those beautiful views. And of course, meeting the wonderful people who work for the hotel. So really, really great place. Highly recommend them. Here's a monkey. Hey. Here's a vegetarian cafe. Look at that. Oh, the Nomad Hotel show was good. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Sometimes it's the small details you discover is well worth the wonder, it says. Ronald, yeah, you're right. You're right, Ronald. Hello, Margaret, Mary Chrysler to you too. My gift to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Luciano says, thank you, Bernard. Yes, Bernard, thank you so much for keeping the good vibes in the chat. All your work is very good. I can't take credit. The magical things that happen in my walk is beyond whatever I am capable of. I can only thank the random beautiful happenstances that occur on my walks, for I am not responsible for them at all. Can you show us the sunset? What time is it? All right, let's cross. So this is the UN building there in the sunlight. And we got 8 seconds to cross. And here is St. George slaughtering the dragon. 3:20 p.m. Okay, 3:20 p.m. Bernal says, I'm here so urbanists can focus, sharing stories and dialogue with everyone. Oh, yes. Thank you, Bernal. Is that the UN headquarters? Yeah, and this is their garden where they have all the different types of sculptures. Okay. So they're gonna tell me to move if I linger here too often. All right, everyone. I'm getting close to bidding you all adieu. Do you guys want to learn about one more secret here, right by the UN? Kay already knows what I might be referring to. Let me know if you want to learn one more secret here at the UN before I bid all of you adieu. It's golden hour. Yeah, we're about to get close to golden hour. All right, so here is the UN sculpture garden. Lots of beautiful sculptures all around here. Beautiful sculptures all around here. We have, as I mentioned, St. George killing the dragon. There's another sculpture right here, another sculpture of a woman. But there was a country that gifted a sculpture. I think it was a country from Africa, if I recall correctly, who gifted a sculpture of an elephant. However, the UN was appalled when they received this sculpture. To them, it was, oh my God, this is not what we wanted, or this is not what we could display. Why were they so afraid of displaying an elephant? Because if you come here during the spring or the summer season, this is covered up. It's covered up in foliage. The pathway does not even lead to the elephant. The pathway leads to all the other sculptures in this sculpture garden, but not the elephant. The elephant is left hidden inside the foliage. Because it's winter, you can see him, but generally you can't. It's easy to miss. The thing is, the elephant has a secret. It has a secret behind those bushes. So not even the public can see what this elephant is carrying. Viewer discretion is advised for this final part. If the UN dares to even have us have a little peek, because it seems like they covered the entire backside of the elephant. Let's see if we can. Okay, so this. All right, we're gonna see if we can zoom in. Bear with me. Viewer discretion is advised. You can barely see it, but the elephant is very realistic because on that backside, he has an appendage that looks so gigantically huge that the UN had to cover it up in bushes. Bushes that are perennials, so they last the entire winter season. So even us, we can't see the appendage. That elephant has taken the D train. Let's put it that way. It takes the D train all night long, this elephant. And unfortunately, the UN is so afraid of the consequences of it being seen that they cover it up in bushes that we can't see it from this perspective. But if you dig in deep enough into the urbanist archive and go to when I was actually invited to the UN, yes I was, about 2 years ago, I actually went to the sculpture garden and got a first-hand look at this appendage. So, everyone, be sure to ride the D train. Don't explain that to any young ones. Some things do not need explanation. So thank you everyone so much for watching. I'm Ariel with Urbanist, right by the elephant, whose name shall not be mentioned because he is covered up here in the UN. I hope you enjoyed this video. Search that video on Facebook. Maybe some of you will be good Googlers to find it, because I do show the full story. I exposed the truth of the elephant. Keep being awesome, and always. Oh, well, actually, if you enjoyed this broadcast, I'll put this out only once. Feel free to go to this link, paypal.me/ArielVieira. All contributions are very well worth. Like this woman, she's having a very, very good time. Everyone, keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.